All right, we have just commissioned a 8 kilowatt system. It's raining, just in time. We've got 12 panels. We are generating 200 watts, so not a lot of production from the panels. 12 times 585 watt bifacial panels is giving us 200 watts. One thing to note on these Sunsynk 8 kilowatt inverters, that's what's coming in from Eskom, 40 watts. So the battery is at 40%. It's not allowed to go lower than that, so it's now bringing in Eskom power or council power. If that 40% was lower, like 30%, all of it will come from the battery, 0 from council, but the panels is still doing quite well to at least support the load. The panel's giving 200 watts and the load in the house is 280, so it's very close. And that is the entirety of this DB. So this entire DB is on the inverter. So that's your non-essential, which is not on the inverter, not on the inverter, not on the inverter. All these circuits are all on the inverter side, backup, but these are the non-essentials. And because we've got a CT coil that's connected on the main switch, it recognizes when these loads are on and will provide power from the system to do it, so that we at the end can make sure that we don't use hardly Eskom power, and this meter must just stay as long as possible without pulsating. Then we know we are saving on electricity. So just on a background point of view, we've got the inverter, which is the new Sunsynk 8 kilowatt inverter, quite a compact system, not that big body wise. We've got our changeover DB. Our changeover DB's got our Eskom pilot light to show there's Eskom power available. Our green light means we've got output power. When green is on, there's power in the house. Very important is this changeover circuit breaker. It's now currently on Eskom, but when we're done with commissioning, it's going to be at the bottom on inverter. So as long as green light is on, you've got power in the house. So if the inverter fails or it goes into a fault mode, that red light would go off. But as long as you've got Eskom power, you take this circuit breaker, you flick it all the way to the bottom, or when we are done from the bottom to this top position, which is Eskom, which means it bypassed this entire system as if it was never here, and you just back on normal electricity. So that's what this circuit is doing. Then we've got our battery disconnector. These are 200 amp battery disconnectors. These inverters, they can output 200 amps, so that's our protection. The battery disconnector does like 2 jobs. It protects against dead faults if there was fault on the batteries, and if the inverter creates a dead short, it will also pop the fuse to protect the batteries from the inverter. So good at protecting both sides of the system. On the DC side, we've got our batteries. They're now amber, which is or like an orangey green. That is when the battery is in from the 25 to 50% range. Anything under 25% will go red. Then it's in the red zone. Full or 75% is blue, and green is from 75% to 100%. So a nice indicator if you just walk into the house and you can see what's the state of your system. This is our DB for the solar panels. We've got 2 strings, so in this case we've got 6 panels on the tower roof facing north, 6 panels on the garage roof with mountings or triangles also for it to face north at a 25-degree angle. That's the protection on this system. So if we want to work or do anything on the system, we've got isolators to switch off. surge protection devices to protect against any surges, and then we've got our fast blown fuses also for protection on any surges or voltage, floating voltages or any anomalies. It will pop the fuses. Also, it will, if the panel has mechanical issues and it creates a dead short, it will pop the fuses. That's what this box is doing. Then we've got our dongle here to provide communication to the app. So this dongle, if it's green, solid green and red, it's communicating, or it's connected to the home router, and from there you know your app is online. To get all of this information that's on here, even settings like these settings can be changed on the app, and we can monitor the system. So that's just a quick background, or a bit more detailed background of the functionality of this system and its logic. And at the end, our whole logic is, at this moment, bad weather, but we've got now 1700 watts coming into the house to provide 2000 watts of, so Eskom is now 1700 watts, but the house is consuming 2000 watts. The offset is coming from the solar panels.